I'd love for you to be really honest. Really honest. In your business, whether it's face-to-face, online, over the phone, who in here realizes they would make more money if they persuaded people to take action with what you do? I'm gonna go right into a training that I think is one of the most important key elements to success. First off, let's read this. Or I'm gonna read it. You guys just come along. Okay, this is from Theodore Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who, oh, there we go, that's better. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who thrives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. All I know is it's time to stop wearing someone else's name on the back of your jersey. It's time to put your name back there and get in the arena and kick some ass. We up for that? All right. You can leave the slides down. We're gonna go into what I call the art of persuasion. Because nothing, I don't care if it's real estate or any business you have, any relationship you have, anything that you want to go to the next level, nothing works without persuasion. Nothing works without sales and marketing. Who in here is ready to start their own business? Who in here already has their own business? Who in here wants to make an impact on the world? Okay, so let me just ask you something. Was Mother Teresa a saleswoman? How many amazing nuns do you think there have been in the history of nuns, whatever, in the history of nunning, how many amazing nuns do you think that had the same desire to help people as Mother Teresa? Why the hell do we all know her name? Because she was a badass persuader. Nobody could say no to Mother Teresa. She'd go places and they'd say, I'm sorry, we can't hold the rally here. And she said, oh, that's cute. We're going to have 18,000 people here. No, we can't fit it. Okay, we'll make it 25,000 people. No one said no to Mother Teresa because she was amazing at persuasion. What's up, Tom? How about Martin Luther King? Was he a salesman? Was Martin Luther King a salesman or what? Why do we know him? There was a lot of people during that time trying to fix civil rights, make things better. Why him? Persuasive. He got things done. He did it with heart, he did it with empathy, he did it with compassion, did it with enthusiasm, but he got things done. Amazing salespeople, but here's the problem. And if I ask you guys, I'd love for you to be really honest. Really honest. In your business, whether it's face-to-face, online, over the phone, who in here realizes they would make more money if they persuaded people to take action with what you do? Okay, that's everybody. Let me ask you to be really honest now and say, who has somewhat, even if it's a tiny bit, a little apprehension to sell? Like you feel bad selling? Be honest, who's a little afraid to sell? Who's a lot afraid to sell? 80% of the room. Here's something I want to share with you guys. Sales and marketing is the oxygen of every successful business in the world. Kevin Costner had a movie called Field of Dreams. Everybody know that one? Do you remember the line through the whole movie was? If you build it, they will come. That's what everybody thinks in business. Whether you're building a real estate business, an online business, a brick and mortar business, people feel like if I get the capabilities, if I have the best company, the best service, the best houses, if I'm the best, they will come. Guess what? They will never come. They won't come. Marketing and sales are the only way to fuel your next level. And for some reason, we have this innate feeling, and I've been doing more studies on this lately. I think it's movies that we watched when we were kids, is that the sales guy was always the cheesy person, always the villain. It was like the cheesy car salesman or the jackass husband coming home after a long day if he was a sales. Like, I think we have this innate thing that selling is bad. Selling is what makes the world go around. But I want to share something. Who raised their hand and said they had a business but they were a little afraid to sell? Raise your hand if you would you mind sharing? Okay, could we get a mic up here real quick? They didn't know. Stand up for a sec. What's your name? Hillary? Let's give it up for Hillary. Okay, so what do you do, Hillary?
I am a transformation coach.
A transformation coach. Love it. Okay, so are you good at it?
Yes.
Tell me what you love most about it.
I love watching people transform their lives and learning to live to love their lives every day.
Tell me one story of something that stands out that you helped transform.
This woman that I helped transform, when she first called me, she was very depressed, woke up every day just dreading her life, and we worked together, and 60 days later, she called me and said that she originally wanted happiness to be her primary emotion, and she called me and said, Hillary, I'm just so incredibly happy. I wake up every day with hope and anticipation, and that's the biggest thing that I've gotten from your program. And my life is completely transformed. Thank you. And this is 60 days later. 60 days. It was insane.
Let's give it up for her. So let me ask you, how does that make you feel?
Amazing. I almost cried telling the story.
I got a really big question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you suck at it?
No.
Are you shitty?
No.
Then why the hell are you afraid to sell that service?
I don't
Just think
know.
about this. What's her name?
Kate.
Kate. How many Kates in the world need you? And they don't know you exist because you're afraid to sell to them.
True.
You know when sales go to another level? You know in your life when you can make everybody in here raised their hand that said they wanted to make impact. You know when impact happens? When you realize that you're doing her a disservice if you don't get her credit card.
Right.
No, I really want you to think about that, because if you don't get her credit card, if you don't get her to cut you a check, only two things can happen to Kate. The other Kates that don't know you is that they change nothing and they live a life of struggle. Or secondly, they go to one of your competitors that don't care as much as you do. You get that?
Yes.
Who got that? Thank you, Kate. Let's give it up for Kate. No, Kate was there. People always ask me, how have I been relevant for 20 years on TV? How do I sell so much? And everybody's looking for this magical thing, this like one-stop shop. Oh, yes, they're looking for the little box, and I go, oh, this is how I sell so good. Oh, it's not it. You know what I tell people? And write this down. And if you don't have a pen and pad, get one. Love what you do so much that you know for a fact you're doing the world a disservice if you don't get them to pay you. Love what you do so much that you're doing the world a disservice if you don't get them to pay you. Love what you do so much. Because when that happens, and if you don't love what you do, find a way to love it or find something else. Because you're not gonna sell. You can make a paycheck selling crappy shit. You can make a paycheck selling things that you don't really believe in. You can't build wealth and build a fortune unless you're emotionally attached and know for a fact that what I do transforms lives. I've watched this even in my real estate students take their company from 5 deals a month to 20 deals a month when they started realizing they were helping people out of houses they didn't want and helping putting families into a new house. When they shifted that in their mindset, it wasn't how many deals I could do, it was how many families can I positively impact. All of a sudden their business went to another level. Their sales went to another level because you don't have to think what to say when it's passion. Who in here has seen my ads online? Okay, who in here has not seen my ad online? I'll find you. One person. Who in here has my book, Millionaire Success Habits? Who in here liked it? Okay, who in here would take back that knowledge if I gave you your money back right now? Anybody? Okay, would I have done you a disservice if I didn't get you to read my book? Why do you think I push so hard, ad after ad after ad? We're at 500,000 copies. I'm not stopping until I get 1 million because I know it can impact people's lives. I can't help them if they don't read my book. I see some of the people in my high-level mastermind group. Jacob, stand up for a second. Let's give it up for Jacob. Jacob, you're in my $25,000 high-level mastermind. You've been in it for 4 years? 4 years. He's given me $100,000. Would you take your money back right now? What if I said I'd give you $500,000 to take back everything you learned? Would you take it? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Give it up for Jacob. The reason I say that is because if I didn't get Jacob to cut me a check for 25 grand a year, I couldn't have helped him, and I've watched him grow. Unbelievable. His business has quadrupled, I think, since you started. His freedom, he went away last year for a year. He's a proud father of 2. I say that so when I ask people for money, for services, in my heart, I'm not saying, hey, can I sell them? I'm like, I'm going to screw a Jacob over if I don't get him in front of me. When you start looking at it through those lenses, everything changes. Everything changes. There's a new vision. There's a new sense of clarity. You see, I know this sounds crazy, but I've watched this for years. And you'll see, you're going to watch me. Tomorrow, I'm going to offer you guys the opportunity for us to work together. I watch people literally on stage, because I travel all over the world and speak, and I'll watch somebody that gets up and they're just so enthusiastic about their story, just like you were. I changed this woman's lives. In 90 days, she went from just wanting something and depressed to happy, fulfilled, grateful. Like that part is your story. But if I said, hey, come up on stage, tell your story, and then go ahead, sell everybody in the room if they could use your services. What happens when you fear sales, even a little bit, when you don't feel you're making an impact on people's lives, you give a sense of insecurity, so why would someone do business with you? I watch people on stage literally telling their story, just like I'm gonna use your example. I transform her life. Who would want something like that? Everybody's like, yes, I want it. And then all of a sudden, if it was time for her to sell her services to you, they go, okay, and if you'd like to work with me, I got a slide up, and like mannerisms change. People literally step back from the stage. I watch that in webinars. I watch it when they're talking to somebody face to face to buy a piece of property from them or sell a piece of property. It's like when it comes down for the ask for the deal or the ask for the money, your physiology changes. It's like you're embarrassed or you feel ashamed about what you're doing, and people feel that. Listen, I'm proud of what I do. When people are in my programs, they're my family. You get my book, you're my family. Listen, this is my business. This is what I do. So I want to shift that in your head so you guys realize nothing works without sales and marketing. And I'm going to encourage you guys to whatever amount of effort and energy you're spending on your marketing and sales, triple it. Triple it. Because what happens, our subconscious loves to hide. Our subconscious says, oh, we'll get to sales and marketing, but let me make sure everything's perfect. Let me obsess on the color of my logo. What URL? I've watched people painstake over what URL they buy for 6 months. No one gives a shit. There's no good URLs left. Believe me, I know. Tony and I just bought mastermind.com. How cool is that? $600,000. They're not cheap. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, don't obsess over the stuff that doesn't move the needle. Don't obsess, oh, if I get a place to do my life coaching, should I paint it white and put brown flowers or green? Like, we obsess about the stuff that means nothing. Love what you do first so you know you're impacting people in a positive light. Once that's done, all of your focus needs to be on sales and marketing, obsessively. If you're in real estate, where do the deals come from? From the air? In a competitive market, where do they come from? Marketing and sales. If you're online, where do things come from? Marketing and sales. And here's the thing. Once you do this, once you shift the way you think and realize selling isn't evil, it's impactful. I can't serve any of you. Listen, we've only been together not even an hour yet. Who in here would take back their money for being in this event right here, right now. I would have done you a disservice if I didn't get the money for you to come here. Again, I'm being overly dramatic about this, but I want you to see the point. I want that to shift, because when it shifts, I've done this training at my high-level $100,000 a year mastermind, and I've watched people doing 20, 30, 100 million flip like that and double their business because they spread this to their entire staff. And all of a sudden, people believe in what they're doing so much that they feel bad. It doesn't come from a sales script. It doesn't come from fake enthusiasm. It comes from the purest place of realness, authenticity. And I want to tell you something. We are in a place right now, in America especially, where the world is craving real more than anything on the planet. Can we agree with that? Who's sick of the online things on how you can be skinny in 4 minutes, how you can make 6 figures in 6 days, the Lamborghinis, the checks that get rich in 14 seconds? Who in here is sick of that? So is the world. You know what people want? They want the best version of you. Stop being embarrassed. Stop trying to be like someone else. Stop thinking you have to be perfect. You know who you have to be? You have to be you. Just the purest form of you. Listen, I have the worst vocabulary in the world. I mean, I know that. I use a lot of good, great, amazing, really good, because I just don't stretch past that much. I don't care. I don't care, because all I know is when I'm up here, I'm just being me. And when I watch people online, when I watch people in real estate, when I watch people in any industry, brick and mortar, service company, selling products, the ones that are winning are the ones that are the most real, and they're emotionally attached to their product or their service. When you do, you feel it. Who loves dealing with somebody who's emotionally attached to what they do? Can I get a yup? Yeah. Okay, so I want to do, you guys ready to play with me? That sounded really weird. I'm so sorry, I take that back. This is live, I can't tell my team to edit that out. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody stand up. We're gonna go through a little lesson here. Everybody stand up and find a partner. You can do it with the person next to you. You can find a partner. Everybody get a partner. On the clock here, could you guys give me 2 minutes on the clock, just for me? Yeah, that's great. Or I can see this, I can do it. No, I got it. Perfect. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Who's got a partner? Everybody? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little lesson on selling, okay? Now, when people tell me they can't sell, I know they're lying. Now, first of all, somebody's gonna be A and someone's gonna be B, so you guys could decide that later, okay? But here's what I know is, think about this. My girlfriend who's in the back, amazing. Greatest love of my life. I'm so happy, it's unbelievable. My kids are in the back. I'm the happiest man alive right now. My girlfriend, when I first met her, she's the #1 hairstylist in Arizona, crushes it. The money she makes is just unbelievable. And I said to her, what do you think makes you so good? She's like, I don't know, I just work really hard, it's not that. And I said, what about selling? She goes, oh no, I hate to sell. I don't like selling. That's not me. I just take, when people come, I love them, but I don't sell. So then I always do this to people. I always wait, and then I strategically ask them about something they like. We're foodies, and we love going to dinner. So I said to her about an hour later, I said, what's your favorite food? Or, you know, she's like, oh my God. There's this Italian restaurant on the east side. It is so good. She's like, the pasta is al dente, like it's a little firm, and the sauce, it's not the chunky sauce, it's a smooth sauce. And she goes, oh my God, the meatballs. The meatballs, she's like, you put the fork in it, and it just like fluffs open, and it's, oh my God, it's so amazing. She's like, my mouth's watering, I want some right now. I'm so excited, I don't want to go there, I just want to buy the restaurant so I can have it every time I want it, right? So she gets done, and I go, so you suck at sales, right? You just sold me. I'm going there every weekend, right? But people just, when you feel like you're not selling is when you're selling the most, because she loved it and she wanted to share it with me. So here's the thing though. Most of us, when we get to the sale, we lose that. What's up? What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.